atmosphere, story, characters. These are the three core pillars that made Mass Effect 2 the nostalgic icon that it is. My name is Keanu Miller, and today I'm going to talk about why Mass Effect 2 is a masterpiece. The Mass Effect trilogy stands as an incredible achievement in storytelling. So when trying to single out the best part of the trilogy, it can be a difficult task. But as so many passionate fans will tell you, while not flawless, Mass Effect 2 is the strongest part of the trilogy. Few fans will tell you it is not the best part, and next to none will tell you it's a bad game. After the success of Mass Effect 1 and the extremely positive fan and critical reception, the hype surrounding Mass Effect 2 was very high. BioWare was given a high budget and enough time to where they spared no expense, and this shows in their final product. Today we are focusing on those three pillars that stand true in all of the Mass Effect trilogy, but Mass Effect 2 executes each of them to the T. Let's start out with an aspect that is vital in creating an interesting universe: atmosphere. Atmosphere in Mass Effect 2 is impossible to miss. The locations, the music, the colors, and much more was done with so much care and passion that every location you visit in the game feels like it could really exist. Yes, the comments about how Mass Effect is not an open-world RPG is constantly brought up, and that is true. But what BioWare did was focus on not making a shallow ocean, but rather a deep pond. What I mean by that is BioWare created such a strong atmosphere through their use of hub worlds, the method of travel between the hub worlds, and the mission locales. The hub worlds are created with such complexity and such strong tones that each one is entirely unique and individual in their look and feel. Omega, Ilium, the Citadel, and Tuchanka are the four hub worlds you visit in Mass Effect 2. When looking at these hub worlds in depth, each hub world is similar in what they contain, but drastically different in their art style. Each hub world contains marketplace-like centers, residential areas, and of course, what every sci-fi location needs, nightclubs.
Welcome to Afterlife. How may I serve you?
In reference to the differing art style, Omega is the red city built by criminals and mercenary gangs, on an asteroid that is very much inspired by Blade Runner. Ilium is a beautiful blue and purple city that looks just like a high-class location, but is also discovered to be just as full of corruption as Omega. The Citadel, the original hub world from Mass Effect 1, while much smaller here than in the other games, is still a very high-tech location and can be seen as a melting pot of all the cultures that exist in the series. Tuchanka, the great homeworld of the Krogan and of course Rex. This hub world has a very brown color tone to it, which fits perfectly with the setting considering a nuclear war had fallen out on this homeworld. Moving on from the hub worlds, BioWare continues their strong focus on atmosphere of space and exploration with the very iconic galaxy map music, and the mini-game of exploring it all in a small version of your ship, the Normandy. Planet scanning is not the greatest thing after a couple of hours, but it's hard to not get lost in the background music while doing so. A lot of games will have levels that feel as if they are only designed as a game level and not as a real and livable location. BioWare does a good job in this aspect as well, by making sure that all the locations you visit, even just for a mission or for a conversation, feel like they would exist regardless of your presence. They all look and feel weathered and concrete, from the colonies, to the space jail you recruit Jack at, and of course, the room where you talk to the Illusive Man.
Commander Shepard.
Illusive Man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
A necessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
The collector ship was also done especially well. The mood and tone when being in that ship resembles the same feeling that horror movies usually provoke.
Why would the Collectors just leave a pile of bodies lying around?
Must have been used for testing. I'd say these subjects didn't pass.
From this, we have seen Mass Effect 2 nail its atmosphere, which is important in creating a universe. But for you to enjoy your time in that universe, there has to be a purpose, a good story.
If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
I will show you true power.
We need a leader. And surround them with the brightest, the toughest, the deadliest allies we can find.
Take the fight to the Collectors in person. Looking forward to the action.
Attacking the Collectors would require passing through the Omega-4 relay. No ship has ever returned from doing so.
Hopefully, what we have in Mass Effect 2 is one of the best stories written this generation. What I think makes Mass Effect 2 so special is its pacing. The pacing of Mass Effect 2 is done more in line of a TV show rather than a long movie. And this format truly allows for the game to keep a constant momentum and keep the player engaged. The game starts out with a bang, with Commander Shepard being killed from a mysterious threat, and like any good leader, Shepard goes down with the ship. From here, you can carry over your Shepard from the first game, or create a new one thanks to the Pro-Human Service Organization. They find your charred remains and spend billions of dollars over 2 years to make you come back just the way you were before death. Long story short, Cerberus is willing to put aside their humans first motto and work with other species because, as Cerberus knows, the Reapers are coming back to wipe out all biological life in the galaxy. And the only one who can truly stop them is Commander Shepard. Not because he or she possessed some secret weapon or power, but because you are the weapon. Your character has the ability to lead unlike any other, and you can unite people together for a cause, as well as convince them to put aside their differences.
Sooner or later, you're both gonna have to stop fighting this war, or we'll all end up paying for it.
To facilitate unit cohesion, we will not transmit data regarding creator plans.
Thank you, Legion. I understand your intention. What if I gave you some non-classified data to send?
We would be grateful.
From there, how the story plays out is really up to you, as you are presented with many choices, both large and small, that will change the future of the series. These choices can range from small decisions, such as what you say to different people, which in turn will affect how they treat you in the future.
You don't sound too happy to see me. Something bothering you, Ash?
Yeah, something's bothering me. I spent the past 2 years believing you were dead. I would have followed you anywhere, Commander. I thought you were gone. You were more than our commander.
To large decisions, such as how to handle powerful technology, that'll change the galaxy's perception of Shepard.
I didn't discard you because I knew your value. Don't be so quick to discard this facility. Think of the potential.
We'll fight and win without it. I won't let fear compromise who I am.
Shepard, think about what's at stake, about everything Cerberus has done for you.
This all helps you to feel much more connected to the story than you may have otherwise been, as each player is able to have a unique experience. This personal experience is what makes it all the more brutal and hard to embrace that Mass Effect 2's main goal in the story is a suicide mission. Shepard is instructed by the Cerberus leader, the Illusive Man, to assemble the galaxy's best and travel through the mysterious Omega-4 mass relay. This relay may hold the answer to preventing the Reaper invasion. For this suicide mission to be a successful one, where everyone returns, every crewmate needs to be at their best. They have to fully trust you, and you have to have complete faith in your team. Thankfully, this is a rather easy part of the game, because the characters of Mass Effect 2 are an all-star cast of fictional writing.
Commander Shepard?
He has no idea what he's getting into. To his credit, he's recruiting an impressive team. Assassins, scientists, biotics. He's scouring the galaxy for the best. Ilium.
The characters of Mass Effect 2 shows BioWare at their best. The writing, the dialogue, the acting. All of this is executed perfectly. The characters here are impeccably unique and feel as if they were not created, but rather real people that were just represented in the game. This is the BioWare that we praise, and this is a pillar of Mass Effect that we the fans know is essential. There are 13 crewmates in this game that you'll get to know outside of the equally well-made Normandy crew, such as Joker.
You really trust the Illusive Man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last night.
While it seems like an impossible task for BioWare to truly flesh out all 13 crewmates in the game, they find a way to do just that. This is accomplished through a recruitment mission and a loyalty mission for each character, as well as talking to the characters during downtime aboard the Normandy.
We get sick at first and then we adapt. It's our most important gesture of trust, of acceptance. I haven't trusted anyone enough for that though, except, well, no Quarians. You know what I mean.
I appreciate the thought, Tali, and I feel the same way. But you don't have to prove anything to me.
I know. Well, not that I know, but I didn't mean it like that. It's wow, it's really hot in here.
How much you get to know your crew is up to you. But if you take the time, you will be happy you did. These are some of the most memorable characters in gaming. From the best sniper in the Milky Way galaxy, and gaming's best friend Garrus.
Shepard. I thought you were dead.
Garrus, what are you doing here?
Just keeping my skills sharp. A little target practice.
To the hard-hitting but loyal and trusted Grunt.
I'd never stab you in the back, Shepard. Warriors like you and me, straight to the face. Kidding.
To the Geth-turned-friend and fan-favorite Legion.
Are you asking to join us?
Yes.
Then what should I call you?
There are currently 1,183 programs active within this platform.
My name is Legion, for we are many.
Well, that seems appropriate.
Christian Bible, the Gospel of Mark, chapter 5, verse 9. We acknowledge this is an appropriate metaphor. We are Legion, a terminal of the Geth. We will integrate into Normandy.
To everyone's favorite engineer and the incredibly loved Tali.
I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
Well, you can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
These are just some of the many large cast of characters that you will meet in your journey through Mass Effect 2. Shepard's crew is done with so much depth that many of them will feel as if they are actual friends, and you'll find yourself taking interest in their background and personality. The crew also has their own relationships with one another outside of Shepard's involvement.
Enough! Stand down, both of you!
The cheerleader won't admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really. But clearly you were a mistake.
If you play your cards right, and make the crew feel as a family instead of mere co-workers, then you'll be pleased with all of your hard work paying off in one of the most well-developed endgame levels. Mass Effect 2's conclusion is every bit as brutal and personal as one could hope for, taking into account all your actions from start to finish.
I don't know what we're gonna find in there, but I won't lie to you. It's not gonna be easy. We've lost good people. We may lose more. We don't know how many the Collectors have stolen. Thousands, hundreds of thousands. It's not important. What matters is this. Not one more. That's what we can do. Here, today. It ends with us. They want to know what we're made of? I say we show them, on our terms. Let's bring our people home.
The final act can completely change depending on the preparation and choices of the player. If you go into battle without upgraded shields in the Normandy, then a crew member could die before the suicide mission even begins. Send the wrong character back to help escort survivors, they might not return. Depend on a character that isn't loyal to you, they won't make it. Mass Effect 2 is like a game of chess. All the moves lead to an eventual outcome. If you made a lot of mistakes and did not bond your team together, then it's checkmate and they're all dead, including Shepard.
But Shepard's dead. What are we supposed to do?
We go on. This was a victory. Humanity will persevere. We are nothing if not resilient.
Atmosphere, story, and characters. These are all core pillars of Mass Effect. Yes, there are some mistakes in Mass Effect 2. The game is not perfect, but even with some flaws, none of them are able to detract from what makes Mass Effect 2 such an achievement, especially that endgame level. This video was not made to concentrate on the negative aspects, but rather to show BioWare why many of us fans love Mass Effect 2 so much, and maybe even attract new fans who have not yet experienced this game. Here, BioWare nailed down all aspects of a story RPG, and showed what they can do when they are at their best. If you have not experienced this game, then you're missing out on something special. Mass Effect 2 is a masterpiece.